Hello, hello, and welcome back to Fate in space. Hello, Earthlings.
I was just gonna say that.
I beat you to it.
And I was like, maybe I shouldn't. And then you said it anyway.
We indeed have returned to Fate. We did skip last week. We caught Mr. Nazachi. Aldris, you were visited by a lad who is now semi-more presentable. They poofed away and said they would be back, essentially, to help you all. And we'll turn the tables on over to Georgiana. Guess what, my dear?
What?
Man the cockpit, because we're under attack.
Oh boy.
Oh no, Gigi! Man, the cockpit! We're under attack! Oh no!
Oh god, oh
Precisely.
Everybody at your battle stations.
In between us going from one location to the other, there's a bounty out in your guys' heads.
Why do we keep
God.
being attacked? Whose fault
We're
is
the
it?
ultimate bounty hunters! Why would anybody want to hunt us?
Because they're
I
dumb,
wonder.
and they want money.
I'm totally kidding. But, you know.
So, how big's our bounty?
How big's your bounty? That's a wonderful question.
My bounty's big.
And who is the unlucky, the One Piece character, the unlucky member who doesn't have a bounty at all?
Me.
Yeah, I thought it would be him.
Oh, that's true. Everyone thinks you're dead.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Can we see the ship that's trying to attack us right now?
So, yes, jumping straight into it. It is not a ship. You all are surrounded. You are not fooled or tricked or anything. This is just a standard, as per usual. We go to location A, we go to location B, and of course we need to lift off and move on. And unfortunately, some really, really unintelligent individuals find this is the most opportune opportunity, if you will, to attack the Kabuto and her crew.
Kabuto, patch me into the main bad guy ship in front of us.
Of course, Ryder. After but a moment, it seems a connection has indeed been made, and it seems staticky. I don't know if this was recorded or not, but do you guys remember our very, very, very first encounter when we tested combat in this game?
Yeah.
God.
Really?
The junkyard ships, basically?
Oh yeah.
The Dookie boys.
The Dookie boys, yeah.
Dookie boys.
Is this them?
Let's just say they're back.
Wait, is this where I stole Liam from, or did I steal Liam right after that?
You stole Liam after that, I believe. This was literally us testing combat and just fighting a bunch
I
of
thought
randos.
we killed them all.
You killed that small group of them, yes.
Wait, they came for revenge?
These ones either want revenge, maybe you killed their boss, maybe you didn't. We'll say you killed their boss, and then, the squabbles of these low-tier individuals do not matter to us. The Kabuto shakes as we're thinking this. She is indeed being shot at, but with Georgiana's expertise in flying and our wonderful shields, currently they're not too big of a threat, but it does seem that we are surrounded and fighting back would be optimal.
Are we on the ground or in the air?
In the air, in space, you guys barely got the ability to
Doesn't
launch.
have air. We're not in the air. Space doesn't have air.
Did I say air?
I said air.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quote unquote in the air.
You're flying, yeah.
I'm just picking on her. As
Which-
one does.
Which in turn picks
Totally.
which in turn picks on me because I'm going to also go, yes, is space air. You know what? There could be air pockets for all we know.
Could be. You never know.
It's just when you touch one, you stop existing.
This is your
Mhm.
universe we're living in, GM. You're
is
good.
This is true. So Ryder, with the assistance of Kabuto and Nara, you guys are able to connect. Let's say the connection's relatively difficult, but not because they're trying to stop you, but because their technology just it's hurting. It's not doing so well.
How are these guys still in business?
Hello, is anybody there?
Yes.
Hey, you do know who we are, right?
Ryder, Kabuto.
Can I fix their connection?
You get the feeling it's a hardware issue? You can definitely try your hardest.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me hacking.
They're not attacking us currently, right? Like, they're not shooting at us?
They are literally in the process of shooting you. Literally the second you guys launched off, Georgiana's dying, by the way. Her
How's
mic
that
just does
floor
not,
make you feel?
does not pick up laughing at all. That 4 feels pretty good, and it goes from just constant static to you're hearing more and more words, Nara. You initially figure that it's definitely a hardware issue. There's no way to full on fix this unless you jump onto their ships.
You know what that says to me?
Half it was shit
That they're
coding.
pathetic.
Oh, we know that to be true.
So you got my name right. Do you honestly know who I am?
Through much static, scum that needs to be taken down.
You know, that's very big words. What I mean by that, person trying to shoot my ship, your junky ass robots look very familiar, and if I do remember correctly, I destroyed the other guys who looked like you, so I don't know why you have a death wish, but you should probably just leave instead of shooting me.
As per usual, they're trying their absolute best to cease communications, but are unable to do so
I keep it open, of
due
course.
to Nara, of course. Georgiana, go ahead and make me a pilot roll real quick.
Mediocre.
Actually, no, that's pretty damn good.
Only because
Why
of my
mediocre?
buff.
Yeah,
buff.
all of mine was a 4 with my buff. Look,
Oh, that
We're
is
not-
true.
we're not
You are-
picking sides here.
You are correct.
They don't seem to respond too kind to that, being reminded that you fought before and handily wiped the floor with them. Agitated and ready, well, they're more than ready for a fight. Georgiana, you're definitely able to avoid them, but they have you mostly surrounded. So you avoid all damage here, but you know they are trying to gun you down.
All right, so I'm going to give you, to the count of 5, to skedaddle your ships away before I annihilate all of you.
Desperately trying to turn off the intercom.
I know you can hear me.
You hear a loud bang on metal and just cursing.
You can't bang me out!
Not in this household.
I'm going to, like, open the hatch for, like, missiles from the Kabuto. Are you ready? Because you got 3 seconds.
You said 5 a second ago. Did you forget how to count?
Oh, yeah, I mean 5, but now it's 3. And now it's 2 if you want to
You
keep
missed-
talking.
You missed 4! And as you say that, they open fire on you again.
Kabuto launch missiles.
Launching missiles. Georgiana, roll me pilot, and Ryder, roll me shoot. Okay, to quickly set the stage, first and foremost, you have a rather large junker mech that is floating about. Similar to the other ones, he sort of has the whole mech warrior look, but they're floating in space, so he's got these kind of dangly legs and a very, very large upper half. This boy indeed skipped leg day. The other one looks, I'm trying to think if there's a transformer that looks like him. In my mind there was, but I lost it. Basically imagine, I wouldn't
Junkrat?
say, no, unfortunately. He essentially looks like a humanoid bipedal mech of just rusted, junked up, stitched together plate metal and such, except there's a giant, what seems to be the nose of a ship grafted onto its stomach. And that one would be Crasher, and the other one is Bigums. The two numbers, the 4 and the 4, is quite literally a group of 4 that are kind of sticking close together that will fight as a unit, and the other one is the same. And as you fire off these missiles, of course, to dodge, I roll fantastically well. 4 versus a 7, they entirely avoid all missiles. And
Rude.
unfortunately, that actually fast boy boost. And you can tell they're getting ready to strike again. As a quick reminder, Aldrich magic can be used by anyone to basically invoke something magical, whether in yourself or in your mech. I'm going to throw it in the middle. Anyone can use it at any time, and you get 2 free of those every single session. Here's the question now. Where do you guys wish to do combat? Are we staying in the Kabuto or are we getting out?
I mean, how important is it for me to get out? Because I am piloting.
You are indeed piloting. I will say the relative warnings you've received, Georgiana, is, of course, you guys are outnumbered. That's not really too weird. But too much sustained damage in the Kabuto while you guys are in it. She lightly recommends that you guys maybe spread.
I actually
Wrong
think
with
Liam can take care of the Kabuto, so I'll get out.
Who's the asshole who was talking shit to me? Crasher or Big Gums?
Oh, we'll go with Crasher.
I'm gonna go after Crasher.
Alrighty, we'll go ahead and flip over to their combat mode. I will say the Kabuto is probably over here in Area 4. Who's launching is the question.
Me.
Alright, we got Ryder. Georgiana.
Well, I guess the Kabuto can technically drive itself.
Indeed.
I guess I'll go.
Alrighty, and as a reminder, Nara, I will say this. The Kabuto is indeed driving itself with the assistance of Liam. If you want to affect somebody, anyone within the same zone as you can affect. This is basically going to kind of go like round robin. So Area 3 is 1 space away, Area 5 is 1 space away, Area 2 is 2 spaces away. If you want to affect someone or buff somebody, Nara, they need to be 1 space away from you. As your movement, because you guys can always move for free, 1 space per turn, you can ask the Kabuto to move, and while you're in it, Nara, you don't need to mount up, you can just be in the Kabuto and kind of scoot.
Is it my turn?
Who went last? Who rolled last? Ryder, you went last. Aldris hasn't done anything. We'll have Aldris go first. What do you want to do, bud?
I will just try to slow this boy down with like a little gravity field.
So we're trying to slow them down.
Yeah, pretty much make them easier to hit with whatever.
Alrighty. That's a 5 versus my 1. So firing off into this area, Aldris, this like, just like ball of slow kind of starts pulling them back via gravity and such. And they are attempting to fly away from it, but they're not fast enough. So it's slowly pulling at them. I'll go ahead and have them go next, actually. All right, looking for someone to shoot at. The 4 of these individuals were initially firing at the Kabuto, but the 3 of you have launched. You've moved in front of it, and thinking, well, Ryder was talking shit, so let's go ahead and give him a little shot.
Hey, first off,
Oh
the
my
captain
god.
has to.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a pilot to dodge.
No, I'm good.
I rolled a 9.
So how are 4 separate guys firing with a single shot?
They all shoot at the same time. They function as a unit. Basically, the more you kill them, the lower their stats go.
The more I kill them.
Mm-hmm. With your trace, Mr. Ryder, that will be 6 shifts of damage.
Use slow field, I guess.
All right, slow field will bring you up to a 5. That's 4 shifts of damage. Anything else you want to use?
I'll just take that.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use Fast Boy, which will bring me to 11.
Can I still use Aldris magic?
You very much can, yeah. How are you using it? They're just firing lead at you. Just old school.
Using it as like a magic shield.
All right, a magical shield is then erected around you, Ryder, which blocks some of this. Not quite as much as we wanted. It is still indeed 4 shifts of damage. And the enemy cackles as they kind of fly by you and just and then fly back to their area. Alrighty, Aldris, who's next?
Nara.
All right, Nara, what you got?
How many are there?
There are 4 enemies in Area 3, 4 enemies in Area 6, Bigums is also in Area 6, and Crasher is in Area 2.
Can I... What do they call that thing? Like an EMP?
You very much can, yes.
Where it kind of shuts them down temporarily?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Is that hack?
I would say craft or shoot, but craft makes more sense. Yeah, basically
I'm gonna do
your
craft.
yeah, your turbo crafting an EMP to slow them down.
Damn. I'm gonna do a fate point.
That'll bring you up to a 2 versus my 1. That succeeds. We'll call it EMP
Could be
wave.
worse.
Crasher begins to do just that. He sees all y'all doing what you're doing. He kind of just like just flies on over and very just junk style. Just he looks like he's having an issue moving closer to your guys' group. And as he does, he's attempting to pick out who's where, who's doing what. And then for reference, targeting Nara would be targeting the Kabuto. So we can see that, but the 3 of you are kind of defending. You're standing in front of it. He's like, who do I shoot? And he'll look towards you, Miss Georgiana, and open fire. Go ahead and roll me pilot.
4.
All right, excellent. The 4 versus my 3, you completely nullify the attack. As he fires off, nothing happens, as you're able to deftly pilot around it, and it's now your turn. What do you do?
I would like to enjoy a vanilla lollipop.
Oh, what's that do?
I want to toss a blinding light ball for
Ooh, it's super cut out. Are you trying to attack them or create an advantage?
create an advantage.
All right, you said you're throwing a blinding light ball?
Yeah.
Ooh, a 7 versus my 1. That succeeds with yeah, that's 6 shifts. Jesus. Oh, that's so much. Okay. You did it. Congratulations.
So how does that work for creating an advantage?
You create an extra one.
Ooh.
So, what do you want it to be called?
Blinded by the light?
That's going to have 2 free invokes. All right, that sounds like it can be used offensively or defensively. I like it. All right, as you fire off your vanilla-flavored pop, you burst in the area. Crasher is able to kind of turn away from it, but the 4 seem to be, well, a lot of shit's going down with them. They're affected by an EMP wave, a slow field, and temporarily blinded by the light. I would ask who's next, but it's definitely Ryder. One of them are going to go first, though. 4 will go ahead and move toward y'all, and they will set their sights on Mr. Aldris, good sir.
How about no?
Oh my.
Okay,
Yeah, he
maybe.
told you.
Just a baby yes. Alrighty, so that is a 5 versus my 7. That'll be 2 shifts of damage. As this small pair of junkers also flies towards you, Aldris, and they're able to buffet the side of your ship as they clearly have the Kabuto in their sights. Ryder, you're up, bud.
Have we not taken out any of the 4?
We've set you up real good, though.
That's a huge setup.
Oh, did no one else attack it?
They're all setups for you.
Away! Sorry, I had to copy Aldous.
What?
But Aldous always says, he's like, away!
Your mic exploded when you said it, so it was very intense.
My bad.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, I guess I'll attack the 4
Sure.
now, even though I want Crasher.
He's in the same area. AoE is very much a thing.
Rifle and I fire at the 4.
You aim at the 4. All right. That is a 4 versus my 1. That's 3 shifts of damage. Are we
I want to
taking
use
those in
all
those?
of it.
All right. Let's go ahead and add up that juice. So the EMP wave will bring you up to a 6. Slow field will bring you up to an 8. And blinded by the light will bring you up to a 10 versus my 1. That's how many shifts of damage?
9!
11.
16!
16. It's 16.
Definitely, yeah. 10 minus 1 is 16.
25!
All right, Hub. It's 9.
Oh, it is 9. Hell yeah, already. Well,
You're making me be honest over here.
don't do that. That is 2 shifts of damage to kill each ship. That means he's dead. Just entirely. Ryder, with your rifle, how do you take out all 4 of the enemy ships at once?
I'm gonna punch into Crasher's line again, and I'm gonna be like, hey, remember what I said? And I'm gonna point at them, and I'm gonna be like, say hello to my little friend! And I'm gonna, and I'm gonna hold it like a Tommy gun while I just fucking wipe them out.
All right, they try their absolute damnedest to dodge, but apparently I used my 1 good roll on the attack, and I rolled a 1, and you got a 10. Moving forward, it is now Bigham's turn. Seeing from across the way, you just completely wipe the floor with his men. Bigham seems very Saddams now.
Yeah, he should run away, like I said earlier, when they should have taken my advice.
Not that you would know, but he is indeed very Saddams at this current moment.
Why was his girlfriend one of those boats?
Was his
Sucks to
girlfriend one of
be
those
him.
boats? Maybe.
Is
Boat?
your girlfriend a boat?
Honestly,
No.
these could have been boats that were repurposed for ships. That's why they blow up so easily.
This is just a space boat.
Yeah, it had a leak, which is
Yeah.
dangerous both on the water and in the cold, heartless vacuum of space.
Your sarcasm is not funny, husband.
I'm not funny. I'm aware of this. Bigham's is actually going to take aim at you, Mr. Ryder. From this distance,
Good luck,
indeed,
that's so far.
it is. But unfortunately, Bigham's has a special ability where he can shoot from an extra
Hey,
space
listen,
away.
he's not Liam, alright? He can't be Liam.
Bigham's takes aim. His large, chunky topside opens up and reveals a very large cannon, which he's attempting to aim at Ryder. Go ahead and roll me pilot to dodge, good sir. Okay, I rolled a 2. And you rolled a 4, which signals a complete miss, as you can tell Bigham's is most likely testing is, did I hit? And you're just sitting there, laser went completely past you, and he goes, well, shit, okay, maybe I need to get a refund on this thing. Ryder, who's next?
That Birdman.
Birdman, what you got?
The Birdman. That whole Birdman. Well, I'm going to fly over here if I can.
You very much can, yeah.
Connected, right?
Yep. You go basically going clockwise or counterclockwise. They are all indeed connected.
And then I want to make like a rock field around this boy.
Oh, that's
Make it
annoying.
harder for him to get around.
Sure. Almost with an arcane, baby. 5.
And I'm rolling a
Okay.
lot of 5s. I think that's all I rolled so far, actually.
I rolled a 0.
5, and yep, only 5s so far.
We take those.
I mean, it's better than 2s and 1s that I was rolling
Yes.
before.
We now have an annoying rock field that is surrounding Mr. Crasher. He seemed relatively excited that you've joined this area, Aldris, but let's say less excited now. And as you do that, we're going to go ahead and have the little shits go next. And they're actually going to go ahead and move closer to the Kabuto. But you can tell, because their comms are open, unfortunately, that they're moving in at the request of Crasher to shoot at Aldris.
Well, that's not very nice.
And they're going to be laying down suppressive fire. This isn't damage. They're trying to create an advantage on you, good sir. Please dodge. I'm going to go and use one of my scene fate points to make that a 6.
I'll use one of mine.
Oh,
Make it
no. How dare you? Your trap card's been activated already.
7.
And with that, your expertise, good sir, you're able to easily dodge their attack. And now, unfortunately, this little group of dudes are exposed and, as such, is cried out throughout their comms. They seem very worried. Birdman, who's next?
Ryder.
All right, Ryder, what you got, dog?
What's up, dog? I'm gonna go over yonder, and then guess what?
What are you gonna do?
Take my sword out.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna show
God.
Crasher that he should have listened.
You're gonna slash though?
I'm a slash! I'm gonna activate annoying rock mode.
Alright, Annoying Rock Field will indeed bring you up to a 6 versus my 3. That'll be 3 shifts of damage. And he tries his absolute best to dodge, but is unable to do so as you meet him in melee range and buffet his already pretty horrible looking armor. Alright, you know what? We'll just go ahead and have him go next. That makes the most logical sense. I'll use one of my fate points to activate his ability. And what he's going to go ahead and do is Crasher's body kind of folds backward, like the head like clicks back, the arms like click back. One of them kind of like clunks the wrong way. You can tell it's trying its absolute best. It looks like it's jammed, so it's like, he's like, ah, whatever. The arm just like laying there limply, and its 2 back legs pull up quite efficiently. And now he's just kind of in rocket mode. And now that both of you are in the same area as him, he's going to attempt to activate one of his...
Wait, like a Bakugan?
Like a Bakugan, yes. And this specifically targets 2 people. So he is going to fire off at the 2 of you. Go ahead and roll me Arcane or Pilot to dodge this. Wouldn't
I
recommend.
believe in you.
Thanks, buddy.
That's my first roll that's not a 5.
Wait, I don't even have Arcane.
Yeah, I'm joking. For him, Arcane. For you, Pilot.
No, I roar.
You're lying?
I can't speak, sorry. We roll same. High five, bird guy.
We did it. Bird
We roll
5.
same. A 7 versus a 4 and a 4. Seeing as Aldris dared to enter the zone first, we'll go ahead and just put... it has to be split, so 1 shift of damage on Ryder, which does nothing, obviously, and then the 6 over to Aldris. So that'll be 2 shifts of damage to Aldris.
Well, that's not very nice.
It's not very nice. He basically uses your body to kind of like bounce off you, Ryder, but you're easily able to like deflect it. And then he goes flying towards Aldris and doesn't hit him dead on. Whatever field you're able to erect, Aldris dodges most of this damage. And Ryder, who's next?
GG.
What you got, girl?
I would like to do another light bomb at the 4.
Oh, they're right next to you. Go for it.
Yeah, they're right next to me. Nara, watch your eyes.
Close them.
All right, a 3 versus my 2. That is indeed a light bomb that is going to land. It's only 1 shift.
No,
though.
wait, I put on sunglasses.
Sometimes cool kids do look at explosions. Alrighty. Bigums is going to wait. He's just going to watch. Nara, what you got?
I would like to buff GG. I want the
are you buffing
light
it?
bomb to be a strobe.
Oh, so are you buffing Gigi or are you buffing the light bomb?
Buffing the light bomb.
Okay. That'll be aimed at the enemy. So I'll go ahead and contest it, but go ahead and roll me crafts. That is technically Crafty Helper. Really? You rolled a 0 and I rolled a 4
Wait.
on a defense. I clicked your name, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, wait a second.
As the GM, anyone I click, I become. So I clicked your token on accident and then rolled, so it said that you rolled. That's definitely me.
Okay. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Let me use one of my fate points to see if I can reroll.
Go for it. All right, that is still just a 3. If you wish, you can use Aldris's magic. It'd be kind of weird to use the light bomb to buff the light bomb, but you can do whatever you want.
So if I use that, what does it go up to?
It'll stay at 1 if you use it, but I'll rename it to Strobing Light Bomb. And we'll say it's a sticky Strobing Light Bomb, so it's stuck to him, and he can't get it off.
Ooh.
Let me do that.
Sure, so it's now a sticky Strobing Light Bomb. It's so long. Allow me to write a novel
No,
momentarily.
just call it sticky strobe. That's so much shorter.
It is. Boop. And with that, you're able to basically make the strobe a little more annoying and harder to shake. There are indeed 4 of them. We'll say they're like conjoined in a weird way now, where the flash is like bouncing between each of them, and it's just making it an absolute pain in the dickums in order to get away. Speaking of
That's
dickums,
very.
I do like light shows.
dickums is
That's
nice.
very Rat King of them.
Rat King. All right, seeing his compatriot potentially taking damage, good old Bigums is going to fly into the field and slowly aim once again at. Let's see, the 2 of you are going to do your thing. He will randomly choose. He randomly chose Aldris. Roll me
That's
Arcane to
rude.
defend, my friend.
Leave me alone.
From halfway across the field. Already, that looks like a tie to me, so I'll go and get a boost of long shot. Again, another miss. Biggums is not really living up to his name, unless Biggums is Biggums' failure. But let's not discuss that. So he fires again. Aldous, you're able to easily dodge. Georgiana and Nara, you see a light green beam just shoot across the sky over to Aldous. And let's see who went last. I believe it was Nara. Who's next?
Ryder.
All right, Ryder, what you got?
Where's homeboy? I see him.
Going for Crasher?
Yes. See,
All right.
senor.
Crasher is wriggling about as he transforms back into his base mech mode and sees you charging at him. Dear God, you rolled a 6.
Ba-boom-ba!
And I rolled a 3.
Annoying Rockfield.
Annoying Rockfield, that brings you up to an 8 versus my 3. That's 5 shifts of damage. Let's see, can I take that? I literally can't take that. Okay, cool. How do you wish?
Can I describe his death?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So I'm gonna his thing.
Are you making the sound? Because you don't take
No,
enough to do that. Okay.
I'm contacting him.
Okay, I thought you were mocking him.
No, so I'm like twirling my beam sword in my hand, and I'm like, "Hey, Crasher, remember when I told you you should have ran?"
Your cockiness won't get you anywhere.
Oh, is that so? And I'm gonna like zip this way, zip this way, and then zip this way, and I'm like slash at him, cut his one arm off, and then slash at him, cut his other arm off, and I'm like stab into him with my beam sword into his like robot chest.
You should have listened to me, boy.
And I'm just kind of laughing, kick him off, and like slice him down the middle.
All right, his frame shudders as you do that. He floats backward into space, sliced in twain, and explodes. Who's next, Ryder?
Like, guys, I don't know if we should be doing this. I think Aldous should go.
All right, Aldous.
What?
He's
Sorry, I had a Rick and
Are you
Morty
okay?
moment there for a second.
he's having a moment. I was gonna say, was that Beetlejuice or something else? All right.
That sounded like Yoda.
Going back.
All right, you go back to see a a strobe show next to the Kabuto.
That's pretty neat. Can I make it brighter?
Dear God, yes, you can.
I want to make it brighter.
All right, go for it.
Or just adding to it.
Currently, it's just a strobe that's flashing. You can add another effect on it to make it more obnoxious.
Sure.
What would you like that to be?
I'll use like some of the surrounding space rock or whatever. See if there's any like metal in them. I don't know, use them as like mirrors or something. Just
All right,
to make
so
more beams of light going everywhere.
Space Rock Mirror Sequel.
Yeah.
Wow, I was like typing the next word, and I typed Miro with a W. That is 2 free invokes. We'll say you take the cast off debris from the other guy, and you kind of just send them on over. You bring them with you, and you send them on over to this group. These little chunks of rock and space stone are flitting and twinkling between all these strobing, flashing lights, and the 4 of these dudes are absolutely just having the worst shit show right now. They're trying their damnedest to avoid it, and it's not going so hot, we'll say that much.
Nice.
We'll go ahead and just have them go next. Seeing you fly into the scene and do this nonsense, they're going to attempt to take a shot at you, good sir.
That's rude. Everyone's doing that.
I rolled a 4.
Please stop it.
Your wish is my command. You rolled a 6. All right. They were facing the other direction. As they fire off into space, you hear their intercoms kind of just chime in, like one at a time, like, "Did we get him? Yeah, we did. Yeah," just like cheering and whatnot. It's awful and really pathetic. We should go next, Aldous.
Nara.
All right, Nara.
What fits the vibe? I feel like I want to add another debuff.
Yes,
Or I
please.
guess,
You
But-
very much can.
but I want it to stick with the theme, you know?
What are we going for? Well, what's the theme is the question.
It's well, rock perhaps is referencing, you know, a club with the
Make
sticky
their-
strobe.
Could you make their screens like extra light sensitive?
I
say-
don't really want to do that.
Do you want to hit them with
I don't want
lights,
to do that. What?
or do you want to hit them with sound?
Ooh.
Well, yeah, I was thinking like a DJ bot.
The sound doesn't travel in space, but we know their intercoms work. You could very much
Okay.
attack all of them equally with sound.
Yeah, like I would love to do that.
I would love to see you do that.
But I want to have a good name for it.
Go ahead and roll me hacking first, and depending on how well you do, maybe we'll be inspired.
All right. I haven't been rolling well.
All right. Well, you rolled a 4 and I rolled a 0.
Whoa.
So you succeed with style. What kind of you're jacking into their stereo systems, their headphones, and you're just blasting music. What is this
Yeah.
called?
I just want DJ something, but I don't know what. Call it rock jockey.
That works with the other one.
Because it's like a disc jockey.
You're so cute.
Since the rock jockey is in all the intercoms,
yes.
can it function for anybody else left over?
As it's hitting everyone, not just these 4.
Yeah.
The only everyone is currently Bigum's.
But it is with him too, or is it just...
It's just the one target, because they're the only ones in the area. I will say, if you want to shoot it to them next time it's your turn, it'll be easier for you to do.
Okay.
Unfortunately for you, maybe fortunately for him, Bigums sees this and goes, well, ain't that some shit? He's actually going to fly away 1 zone.
Pathetic. What a coward.
And at first you think he's maybe repositioning, but he actually might be leaving and potentially leaving you with a parting shot.
Wait. Do you know that scene in Jurassic Park where that guy tries to get into the computer and then it has the image? Yes. Can I send Can I send something like that to that guy?
Please do.
Is that hacking?
Just do it. You already hacking the systems.
All right, well, I'm going to do that then. I'm going to send it to him while he thinks there's going to be a parting shot.
Okay, what is it doing exactly?
It's just saying, don't be a coward.
Is it you doing the little
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Like a chibi Nara?
Yeah.
Excellent, I love it.
And if he doesn't stop, it'll give him a virus.
Perfect. He's literally too stupid to understand what that is. So Georgiana, go ahead and roll me some of that pilot. He's going for the long shot.
Ooh.
All right, that's 6 shifts. He's going to go ahead and use the long shot, which brings me up to 8 shifts.
You mean 5 shifts?
5 shifts. I rolled an 8. Correct. Would you like to use Aldris's magic or one of your fate points? You have plenty.
I feel like it's too early to use magic, but sure.
How are you using the magic?
I would also like a shield.
Once again, he steadies himself for a shot and is this time successful as you take 3 shifts of damage. This massive beam just splashes across your mech. With the assistance of Aldris's magic, you're able to erect a field the last second and nullify most of the damage. So that's only 3. And it is your turn. What do you?
All right, I want my watermelon pop for them chainsaws.
All right.
I'm going to attack these guys.
I'm only going to give them a slightly higher roll in melee because there's so much light. It's slightly distracting for you, but it's only slightly higher. You're still going to absolutely annihilate them.
And I'll use all my invokes.
A 5 versus my 3, and then 1 of each invoke. 1 from Sticky Strobe, 1 from the little rock mirrors, and 1 from Rocky Jockey. That is plus 6. Did you just type 11 for me?
Yep.
I love you. All right, how many shifts of damage is that? Making you do math.
8.
Indeed. 8 shifts of damage. Do you recall how many shifts of damage they can withstand
2.
before dying? 2 each. Meaning?
They're all dead?
They're all dead. How do you want to do it?
All right, I want to charge in there and do like a spin with the chainsaws just going every which way.
You charge in and just cut them to ribbons. I'll say you probably close your eyes. Maybe,
Yes.
yeah. You close something.
I don't need to look while I'm spinning.
Exactly. Everyone knows to move. All right, you just absolutely shred these guys. They are just cut to pieces. It is downright embarrassing. Nara, go ahead and roll me hack real quick. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say the Rocky Jockey is moved, or Rock Jock, whatever, is moved over to Bigum's just between rounds, since you have a connection. Georgiana, who's next?
Ryder.
What you got, good sir?
I move there, and then I shoot at Bigums.
His defensive boost is a +2. Go ahead and roll me shoot. Alrighty, unfortunately, I rolled a 6 versus your 4.
Has he been hit yet?
Nope.
I'll let it go for now.
He's been intentionally staying at a distance. Speak of the devil, I'm going to have Bigums go ahead and go next. He's going to move 2 spaces, actually. So he rockets off. He is 4 spaces away from you guys now. He is very far. If you guys wish to continue chasing, you're more than welcome to do so. But you can tell that he's had enough of it. And the very last that you guys hear is like, what the hell is this music? As he's just like blasting off, and you can hear just like really low-fi, just music like playing in the background. His mics are not, it's not good. It's like that kid over like Xbox Live, like playing music on a stereo next to him while he's playing. It's that.
No.
And then technically, Aldris, Georgiana, and Nara, what do you
I
want
want to be clear that this is giving him a virus if he's going that far.
Oh, definitely.
It's malware.
It's terminal.
This is perfect for Liam to show off, but Liam's not fighting, so I'm done.
Well,
You can go.
you can act through the Kabuto through Liam as your turn if you want.
All right, I'll do that.
Are we moving the Kabuto?
Does
Closer?
Liam need to move?
Well, he's 4 spaces away now.
Can he shoot from 3 spaces? I'm pretty sure he's done that before.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move 1 over.
Do you want to dock in the Kabuto?
Yeah, I'm not going after him.
Okay, cool. So yeah, we'll say you hop in there, and you and Liam basically, we'll say you guys work in tandem to shoot this guy in the ass.
Ooh, I will take the ass shot. Yes, straight in the ass.
Also get my defensive boost, but you are going to get a +1 boost for using Liam in the Kabuto. So roll your shoot, and then we'll add +1 on top of that. All right, so you roll a 5 versus my 4. If you want to invoke anything, you're more than welcome to do so.
I like to use a fate point.
That brings you up to 7.
Yeah.
All right, so it's 3 shifts. And what kind of cannon are we using here?
Straight up Liam cannon. Although, hang on.
Yeah,
Could I have Nara design me like a space tag?
go on.
Of course.
I'd like to tag his butt.
Alright,
Ask
wit.
and ye shall receive.
I have asked.
What are we tagging him with?
Like graffiti.
Yeah. Something
it says,
really
it says
embarrassing.
Gigi was here,
Yes.
but it's spelled WUZ. It's bright pink with spray
Yes.
paint.
That works.
Plastered across the backside of Bigham's just says Gigi was here.
It's never coming off, right?
Oh, of course not.
Oh, no.
He doesn't even know it's there. He thinks you guys just shot him.
So, as you know, the inventor that I am, I would of course know the best cleaning product. And I use that knowledge to make the paint resistant as possible.
I know what you were going for, but I wasn't expecting you to use that route.
Neither was I, but
I'm an expert in cleaning products.
Well, you know, why is that so funny? I just have a very well-rounded education. I do a lot of work with my hands.
all right then. She's laughing a lot, by the way.
Why is this so funny?
I don't know.
Anyway, so my cleaning product catalog
Yes.
would cry, would sob.
Okay.
I can't breathe.
Anyway, it's like a beam, and it I don't know why she. It's not even that, you know.
I can't breathe.
Killed my wife.
You know, I'm gonna consider it a job well done.
Congratulations.
That being said,
God.
it's like a little beam, sort of like a tractor beam, but reverse, and it just sprays it all over.
Okay. I like that.
So it's
Now
on
that
there
he's-
forever.
It's
He would
on
have to.
forever,
I think that he would have to remove the metal entirely.
if he knows it's there.
He can't clean it off. It's like burned into it.
If he does try to wash it off, it'd be that whole deal where it's like rusted into the metal, so it's still
Yeah.
like in the metal regardless, so it's still going to be there.
And it's sort of like oil paint where it
Perfect.
never dries fully.
Aww.
So he gets it all over himself like glitter.
Yes, perfect.
Alrighty, with how much we're shaming him, I assume we're letting him go and just be shamed elsewhere in space.
That's
So
fine.
I would also like to take a picture of it and send it to every like outlet
Wow,
on the
just
Bounty Hunter website.
destroying this guy. Oh my
Wait,
god.
we're letting-
As
not-
like
we're
a
not
smear
killing him?
campaign.
I think this is better than killing him, actually.
You should have messed with us.
You should have
I
just killed him.
I just want him to be embarrassed. So I'm gonna send this to every single person that has like looked at our bounty though.
Okay.
So just for the vibes, you know.
All right, so I have Gigi was here stamped on the back of his ship. Obviously, he's going to escape, and then shamed across bounty boards
Yeah.
with images of said stamp. Without knowing this fact, he's going to probably be flying around with this thing on his ass.
God, that's so embarrassing for him.
Really is. It really is. And at first I was going to say, yeah, you guys can chase and kill him, but I think this is literally what fate worse than death.
I mean, for me personally, yeah. If somebody did that to me in real life, I would be humiliated.
Understandably so.
I would go underground for the next 20 years.
All right, well, Liam has a nice, solid giggle at that. We'll say he probably
As
wasn't
he should.
expecting that to come out of the cannon.
It's a special mod.
Life will never be boring with me.
Are you done dying?
Maybe.
Wow.
Excellent.
Wow, just take all the credit for yourself. That's fine. It's not like I did all the work there.
You come with me, babe.
Oh, okay. I give you a high five.
High five back.
Turns into a hand caress.
Maybe.
Alrighty, we share in our glory as everyone heads on back to the Kabuto. Pieces of gnarled metal float throughout the local space area. Welcome back, crew.
Hey, Kabuto.
We've missed you. Oh, I've been here the whole time. But anyway.
After our quick space battle, we dust ourselves off. The three of you were out. Georgiana, you hop back in to help Liam with the aiming, the direction the enemy flew into.
And to load the ammo.
To load the ammo, of course, the very specialized ammo that was brought to you by Nara. Ad plays.
Actually, I would love to do that. To create an ad.
So your
Make
products?
an AI of myself. Yeah. Nara approved.
Beautiful. With that, Aldris, you arrive back on the Kabuto to meet with your wonderful lad. He was seemingly waiting in your room again.
Of course he was.
And we will say he was looking at Meek. And as you enter the room, he's sitting not on your bed, but in one of the chairs off the side, looking down at Meek, and Meek is making no noises, but looking up at him. As I mentioned before, he's more bipedal now. Basically take a person, mold them out of gray clay, and that's essentially what this being looks like.
That's weird. I mean, they were weirder before, but still.
He looks up to you and gives you a nod.
So how's it going?
It is going better. I could ask you the same.
Could be better.
Indeed. After much discussions, I have arrived to assist you and your team. I sense that Ryder was expecting to ask a question of me, something about a sword.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the sword thing.
Apologies. I am present now to assist the four of you.
I don't think we're super busy. You want me to go get everyone?
He nods.
We'll go grab everyone. Meeting in my room.
As you head out to nab everybody, the Kabuto assists you and says, there will be a meeting held temporarily in Aldris's room. Ghost rolls down the hallways to get there. He's trying to be the first or second one there.
I chase after Ghost.
He rolls faster. He can sense you're on the way. He's
Ghost,
just
baby, you need a brushing.
He pauses.
He always
and
needs
thinks.
a brushing.
He thinks about this. Is this a nice brushing? Is this an aggressive brushing? Does he want the brushing?
Oh no, I'm in a very good mood. It's going to be a nice brush.
Okay. He can sense that. He'll stop. And he'll get some brushes. Brushes are good.
I will scoop him up and start brushing.
Excellent. Just try not to brush his eye. It's hidden under the fur somewhere.
I'm always careful of this.
As the four of you enter, and Aldris, you re-enter, we can all see the Weaver standing with its arms behind its back, and it gives you all a quick bow. I assume we are all in good health.
I clutch Liam. I wasn't expecting to find you here.
Apologies. I said I would be revisiting you soon. Now is soon.
Oh god, okay.
If the four of you are ready, I can offer my assistance.
Sure, why not?
He looks over to Aldris. Defense against our kind is not impossible. It is incredibly difficult, though. I am here to assist for when the other decides not worth keeping around. Hopefully that comes later rather than sooner.
Or never.
Or never. Agreed. And you can tell he's focusing something on you. And you can feel something move towards you, Aldris. Go ahead and roll me your arcane. You instinctually defend yourself. All you need to do is beat a 3. That was it. He nods. Something indescribable to most, maybe you're starting to kind of grasp it, washes over you. It didn't feel malicious, but you were able to stop it. And he nods. And then he looks to everyone else. Tell me, Aldris, how would they defend themselves against such an attack?
I mean, I don't know if they really can.
He looks around, each of you, and points to Nara, and before he does anything, he says, do you mind? Any damage you accrue, I can heal for you.
That had a very small screech. It's one of those anxious squeals, you know, when I'm watching someone else about to be in pain.
Wait, are you saying I'm about to be in pain?
He's pointing at you, asking permission, yes.
Yeah, I would like some clarification.
He puts his finger down and says, apologies. The way that our kind interacts with our surroundings is different from yours. And example. And he motions to Ryder. Please attempt to strike me. Weapon
Hard
is
pass.
all right. He looks to
Disappointing, Ryder, but all right.
he looks to Liam and says, "You may attempt." The Weaver puts his hands up, almost as if to say, "I surrender." You may punch or stab, whatever you wish. Liam looks around and he kind of looks at Gigi and unraveling himself from you, Gigi. He pulls a knife out and looks at the being like, "Are you sure?" And it nods. He goes, "Okay." He goes to stab the knife downward toward the Weaver, and it sinks into its chest with a fuck, and the Weaver doesn't respond at all. Liam's just kind of staring at him like, what? And he drags the knife down its chest, and the knife slides through the flesh, the exterior of the Weaver, but it's hard to see. You can kind of sense what's going on, Aldris. Those of you that can see the front side of this display can see that its flesh is almost kind of melding around the knife, the dagger.
That's cool.
And then Liam pulls the knife away, and this like slit in the Weaver's chest just kind of closes.
Oh man, that's awesome. Can I get like a DNA sample or something?
If it would assist you, you are more than welcome to. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I have a, biomechanical mech, and I think that would be great to have for that.
I would need to assist you, though, as our kind is somewhat resilient to your technologies.
I'll accept the help. I have no compunction against that.
It nods to you, then looks to Aldris. It takes a step kind of to the side, almost as if it's holding up a plate or holding up something for you to, shoot. And as it does that, its hand fans out to a perfect sphere. And he moves, so there's nothing behind him. There's just a wall behind him. And he motions you, Aldris. He says, please, use your natural talent to destroy this.
Okay, I will try to do that.
All right, what are you shooting?
I don't know, just like a firebolt.
That's exactly what I imagine. You shoot a firebolt, and rather than its flesh melding around it, you can see for a second it kind of tries to, but there's this weird interaction. The three of you see it, like I mentioned, kind of the same thing where the flesh attempts to mold around, is unable to do so, and it just kind of takes this ball that he formed with the bolt fire, and it just rips it off of his arm. And it's splashes against the back wall, leaves a singe, and this gray goop just starts to kind of disintegrate. It's almost like it's disintegrating. It's almost like it's melding back into the wall. It's multiple things at once. It's odd. It's kind of also burning at the same time. It's very strange. And at that, he waves his other arm at the same spot, and the singe, the goo, all of it is gone. The wall's back to normal. Waves the hand that you hit, and the hand is back to normal. As you can see, Aldris understandably can interact with my kind. Unfortunately, the three of you cannot. I am here to assist with that.
Here to let us touch you?
Indeed, I would like it very much if you could touch us.
Hmm?
Not that way.
Ah,
Oh, no.
Not meant
Why
that
not?
way.
couldn't, maybe?
Maybe next time.
And it looks to you, Georgiana, and then kind of judges okay. It can sort of sense, maybe now. And then it looks to you, Nara, and then it says, I will, once again, ask, of course, only with your permission. Looking to Aldris, then looking back to Nara. The way that we strike out, the way my kind is able to interact with your kind. I will attack you, Nara, the way that you understand attacking. You will defend. Any damage I will heal, but only if you are okay with it.
I mean, yeah, we can try that. I'm not really a fisticuffs kind of girl, though.
No fists will be thrown. It's all it hands out to you. Go ahead and roll me will.
Wow, I have a 1 for will.
You needed to beat a 3 with this, and you can very much tell, both you and Aldris, that he's holding back tremendously.
Whoa.
He holds his hands out, and he just squeezes, almost as if he's catching a ball or grabbing something midair. And as he does, you can feel something inside you, Nara, just sort of twist and like, almost like just your innards are being like moved or reworked or something. And he can kind of see on your face of like, oop, too much, and he lets go. And
God.
You normally would have taken damage there, but he waves his hand again, and all the pain is instantly gone.
I liked part 2 of that.
My kind is able to unmake you, unfortunately.
Unmaking is a little foreboding.
I'm not entirely sure which phrase to use that seems most accurate.
No, I believe you.
Nods again, then kind of positions itself to look at all 4 of you. As I mentioned, I am here to assist. If you are to run into this being, I do not want you to die. The 3 of you seem important to Aldris. We want him to be happy.
I would like not to die, please and thank you.
Look,
Are you sure?
Georgiana, you gotta
Yes!
you gotta be a little more welcoming, you know.
Oh, don't say that after you have the experience what I went through. Don't tell how that was.
I heard none of that. Neither me
Of course not.
or Aldris heard any of that. So either you can repeat it or we can pretend like it didn't happen.
I said, do you have any idea what that headache felt like?
Yeah, but imagine if they took that away. I mean, I don't have much to say about this. It's valid, really. But I love to learn new things.
What I mean is, I would like revenge.
Okay, well, let's not go that far. This is a learning opportunity.
Revenge!
A learning opportunity.
He's going to teach us how to take revenge. It works for me.
It holds a hand up and basically says, yeah, she's right. As he mentioned before, as a reminder, he wants it gone. They cannot attack each other.
So the crazy one is just like doing crazy stuff.
He's doing
Can't do
crazy.
anything about it.
Correct. They want him to stop. Is effectively what they told you last time. As a quick reminder, each Weaver is in charge of one thing, and this one decided it wanted to do all the things at once. You basically got the idea that one Weaver would come up with the idea, one would begin to like form it, the other one would like add detail, things of that nature. They work together.
What is this Weaver's job?
I put together the blueprints, the
Wow,
measurements.
you're speaking my language. I love blueprints.
Indeed. It is my job to ensure everything adds up properly.
You know, you and I think we're quite similar.
We all share more than we know.
It was very, existential of you.
And it slowly turns to Ryder. As the captain of this ship, I assume we have your blessing.
Come on, Ryder. We need to how to protect ourselves.
Come on, Ryder.
Sure.
I mean, I won't go against a direct order, but I might do it under the table.
That's definitely you.
But obviously, I don't say this out loud.
Or do
Yeah,
you?
that's fine.
I mean, I think everybody knows me well enough.
The Weaver gives you a bow, Ryder, in thanks.
As long as I
And
can
then-
have my sword.
It gives you a quick nod saying, of course, of course. It takes another step back and motions for you guys to stand in a line. Unfortunately, this part will be painful. Learning to
Wait, are we
defend.
about to turn into Power Ranger ninjas?
You can tell it's thinking,
Going through files.
effectively. I have not heard that name in quite some time, Ryder, but no, not that movie, unfortunately.
You're a frog. I don't want to be the frog.
I am trembling and trying not to clutch Liam. Just
Stand
FYI.
in front of Gigi. I stand in front of her.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I'm okay.
No, too bad. I'm already doing it.
Just hold my hand,
wanna-
okay?
I stand in front of her, but I put my hand back.
All right,
And then I
we
do a rear grappling move. And I throw her. Just kidding.
shoulder throw.
Damn, you're strong.
The Weaver watches, and Ghost is kind of rolling around near your foot. GG. Meek is standing in front of you, Aldris, and we'll say Mr. Bark is like in the doorstep just watching. Liam is next to you, so you're all kind of standing in a line, except Nara's in front of Gigi. This is going to be somewhat painful, but as I mentioned, I can heal the wounds. If all of you are ready.
Yes.
It nods again, placing a hand out, kind of tilts his head to the side, looks to each of you, And if everyone could roll me, except for Aldris, roll me Arcane, everyone else roll me Will. Need to beat a 3 initially.
My worst skill.
All right.
Ah, I did the best Will. What?
As he mentioned, he is going to heal these wounds. So if you want to keep track of these, you're more welcome to do so if you want to have your character sheet open. This is going to happen very quickly, as this comes out in waves. We need to beat a 3 at first. We got a 4, a 1, a -1, and a 6. So basically, whatever you miss in terms of the number versus what you roll is how many shifts of damage you will take. So Ryder, that's 4. Nara, that's 2. Gigi,
Is this physical stress?
either.
All right.
Wait, like I'm taking damage from him trying to heal me?
He's going to reach out, hurt you, and keep hurting you guys over and over and over to hit your breaking point, and he's going to heal you. He's showing you what could possibly happen if you're not prepared for what's to come. So, Ryder 4.
I see why Georgiana was nervous. All right.
Yes.
Yes.
I understand now.
And
Look, I'm a little thick sometimes. My interpersonal, vibe is not always on.
It's all right. We forgive you.
holding its hand out, the Weaver radiates something. All of you can feel the room sort of begin to spin. Your skin crawls, the hair stands up on edge. You can feel something raking against your flesh, but it's coming from the inside of your body. Everybody roll again. This time we need to beat a 4. 6, 2,
Damn it.
2, 1. And this pain continues. You guys are able to resist. It definitely hurts, but this isn't the worst. You guys have been shot, stabbed, blown up, fired across the galaxy. You guys have countless people against you. But this is indeed uncomfortable. Fortunately, Aldris, you can see what's happening. To you, the air is not clear between the Weaver and your compatriots. There's definitely something exiting its body. No one can see it except for you. I mentioned before the headache that Georgiana had looked very similar to these like needles in her head that you were able to take out. They left no blood, no scars, nothing of that sort. But in a way, you can see the strings kind of shooting off from the tip of its fingers and then injecting them into you and your friends. And as this wave washes over you, it begins to get worse. Almost as if your skin's on fire now. Roll me will again. This time we need to beat a 5. So Gigi take 2. Nara 3. Ryder 5. And weirdly enough, Aldris, you just keep beating it.
I'm fine.
You're fine. You can see what's
You're
going
like,
on.
all right, what's happening then?
And you can see how your allies are reacting to this. It's not great. We'll put it that way. How are you all responding to this that's happening?
It's clearly upsetting. Well, yeah, it's clearly in a lot of pain, but I'm pretending it's not.
I might be crying just a little. And I might be cutting off the blood circulation to Liam's and Nara's fingers.
Oh no.
It's nothing. It's fine.
Fair enough. And as you guys are holding each other close, this time we need to beat a 6, as it radiates even further and further.
Come on.
We got a 3, a 0, a 1. No,
Yes,
not yet.
that's my big
A 2.
consequence.
I failed this time.
You finally failed. So that's 3 shifts to
That's 6
Gigi, 6 shifts to Nara, 5, I almost called you Will, 5 to Ryder, and 4 to Aldris,
So because I felt this already, I'm a bit more resilient, I guess.
apparently.
For now.
For now.
For now. And Ryder, you can actually feel that your nanomachines aren't kicking in. They're not healing you for whatever reason. They seem to be deactivated. A final wave pulses out. This time we need to beat a 7. And all of you can feel the gravity in the room increase. The scratching into your skin grows worse. The nails feel jagged. You feel like you're on fire. Something's twisting. Ow. Something's twisting inside you. It almost feels like your intestines are being like pulled out and stuffed back in rapidly, then pulled out and turned into something else and turned inside out while they're still inside you. It's pain. So as this final wave flashes out, that's a 2, a -3, a 2, and a 4 against a 7 to each of you. As this pain radiates out to you, how do we all feel?
Horrendous.
Oh, I mean, I feel great. It's, I'm just vibing.
I mean, I'm okay. I'll be fine.
I am in so much pain that it's making me angry.
Understandable.
Understandable.
And I can barely stand, but I look like I want to fight something.
And the Weaver can see that none of you have buckled to your knees. You're all standing strong. It can tell you're in pain. It actually walks over to Aldris, and it can see you focusing. They're not just waves, it's holding it. So this pain isn't stopping. It's just constantly like, just washing against you, just like a wave emanating from this alien. It reaches a hand out to you, Aldris, almost as if he's asking for yours.
I mean, I'll give him my hand, I guess.
He takes your hand. He does not have eyes, but he looks you in yours. And you can see for a moment the beads around his neck that were once the eyes floating around its body. One of them opens into an eye, and you can tell that it's looking at you, nods and looks towards your friends. And you can feel an energy, something pulsing through you. And you know that if you focus with the Weaver on both yourself and your friends, you can undo all this damage. And
I was hoping you were going to say hurt them more. I mean, what?
as he's looking towards them, Meek nuzzles up against your leg. You feel more clear. You feel like the answer is easier. As you see your
they don't need healing. They'll be fine.
As you see your 3 friends suffering, what do you do?
I think it's time to have chicken for dinner.
Oh no. Don't do this to me. It's not very nice. It's just a joke.
So is mine.
I don't believe you.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't.
Fine, I'll
for
help
me.
them.
The 3 of you could feel the wave pushed aside. The hand that was extended, causing all of you pain from the Weaver, is retracted. A second wave begins to emanate from Aldris and Meek. It feels shaky, Aldris, for a second. It's like, oh shit, like you're trying to balance something almost. Like it's too much. Meek helps you focus, though. And as he does, and you gain a hold of this, the 3 of you, kind of all channeling together, you begin to clear all the harm from everyone. You feel all this damage, psychological, physical, whatever it was. You're not sure if your innards were actually twisting and turning and cutting and just grinding up. You look at your flesh and your skin, you're making sure everything is still where it needs to be. You almost felt like your limbs were shifting, almost like your arm, which makes no sense, like moved to the middle of your chest, your head sort of like sliding down your body. It's your perception of your surroundings and of time skewed in an unnatural way, but everything's pulling back to normal. All this nonsensical pain. It's hard to be angry at. It's hard to focus on it when it doesn't even make any sense in the first place. But it all goes away. And with this, you guys can clear all of your consequences, including you, Georgiana, that had the healing one. That can go away too. And suddenly, you all feel much, much better and clear-headed.
Except for my hands, which I can't open.
Well, that's a personal problem.
I mean, it's not just a personal problem. Your hand is locked in mine.
Oh no.
Ouch. I
The
take
Weaver
a mild consequence.
I may feel better, but I'm still a little terrified.
My fingers are really stiff now. I won't be able to work on mech stuff as efficiently.
Oh no.
That sounds awful.
You played yourself. And now we both suffer. Just kidding.
And with that, you all feel clear-headed. Whatever's emanating from Meek dies down. Everyone is still here. The crew is still alive.
It's what we love to see.
I was slump against Liam. Oh god.
You can see he's
Well, let's never do that again.
breathing heavily as well. Like, oh
Yeah,
shit,
honestly,
yeah.
that was pretty horrible.
Hopefully, your bodies were able to adapt slightly to the pain. In time, you will be able to defend yourselves moderately from an attack such as that. Whatever you wish, Ryder, Nara, you've mentioned technology, a sword, I can grant you. We can work on it together.
I already know what I want.
Excellent. And he turns to Aldris. It's come to our attention you are working on a machine using your magics.
I mean, there's a few at this point, but yeah.
The one that allowed you to store your powers. Could you show it to us?
Sure. Take him over to wherever that is.
And as you show the machine off, it actually seems impressed. It almost the, I guess, emotion it's letting off is sort of like, oh, you're able to tap into something that you probably shouldn't have access to. Interesting. This technology should have been out of your grasp, but you somehow figured it out on your own. This technology could assist. It could help your friends in defending themselves. You are quite smart, Aldous.
Only sometimes.
It sort of motions to you like, you're better than you think. It looks around and just kind of takes in the surroundings of your ship, your workplace. I would assume some of the materials and such are shared with Nara. Essentially, it's kind of just looking at like where you guys live and sleep and eat and everything like that. You all know that basically if you want something from it, it can assist you. So mechanically what we're going to gain from this is a few things. We can work on this together. The one thing I'm going to give you is, rather than a +1, it's going to be a +2. Now, you can put them both into will if you want, because you know that if you're attacked by this thing, it's going to target your will. You can put it somewhere else if you want. If you choose to put it into will, I will not worry about the restriction. You can break the pyramid if you decide to put this into will.
You're saying if we go against evil alien guy?
Correct, yes. You know you're going to have to use your will to defend yourself.
I'll go ahead and I'll put it into will. Pretty willful, I think.
Yes.
I think it makes sense.
And then Aldris, because you already have your magics, you can put it like a +1/+1 somewhere else, but yours will have to keep the pyramid.
Oh boy.
I figured she was a pretty willful character, so I did a little bit into will already.
You know that partially part of defending yourself against this is having a solid sense of self, is knowing the now, the here, who you are, what is real. But part of it is they're actually unmaking reality. So even if you understand what's happening, you can't fully resist it. Eventually, you will just succumb. But having a firmer grip on reality, knowing it's happening, knowing that it's there trying to undo you, you can stop it temporarily.
That makes sense.
And then the other thing is, all of you get a free stunt. It won't cost you a fate point. So your guys' refresh is still 3. That's not going to go down. And as we discussed before, stunts can be anything. So as we've been playing, we're 21 sessions in now. Anytime I've told you no to something, anytime I've said, oh, you can't do that for X or Y reason, that's what stunts are for. So, for example, Georgiana, when you said, can I give my boost to somebody? I said no. That can be a stunt. So if there's anything that ever happened in the game that you want, or a personal buff, anything, we can add that now.
Oh boy.
It's
Nobody
definitely...
Yeah, I'm going to
knows.
have to think of something.
That's
You
fair.
let me do most things, really.
Also, technically, Gigi, you have 2 more.
Do?
Yeah, because your Protect Love doesn't say what it does. When you said you wanted a sword, Ryder, what were you thinking of?
The ebony blade.
Okay, and what would this do?
It can cut through anything.
So you just want a strong sword, basically?
The ebony blade is not just a strong sword.
It is the holy sword of darkness.
I don't know if a sword of darkness fits Ryder.
The handle has a gun.
You're playing Gunbreaker now?
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
if
Ember,
we're being hypothetical, in Marvel, ebony blade is a magical blade forged by Merlin.
Oh,
and
you mean that,
through
okay.
Literally anything,
Okay. Anything is too vague, obviously.
for the most part.
We can do this if you want. We can say that your stunt is, you can call it whatever you want, we can say that it gives you a blade. And we can work on the balance. Maybe it can get stronger as we play. There is a mechanic that I did not necessarily mention, but I'll go ahead and tell you what it is right now. There's something in Fate called weapon and armor values. Basically what that means is, let's say for example, Ryder, you attack Liam. And let's say you roll a 4 on your attack, he rolls a 3 on his defense. How much damage would he normally take?
1.
Correct. If you have a weapon value of 1, that means whenever you do damage, you always do 1 more damage. So that means you would actually have done 2 damage. So if you want, we can have, if you like this blade idea, we can say, you can call it whatever you want, and that can be one of your stunts. And it can cost you a fate point, so that it needs to be activated in combat, and it can last for the entire encounter. For the sword specifically, so no gun, but while in melee range, this
Can
will
it
be
be
either
called the Reaper blade?
literally whatever you want to call it. It can be a scythe, it can be two blades, it can be a
Fine,
hammer.
Reaper blade.
Anything you want to call it, literally anything, whatever makes you happy. We can say it's this. It is basically activated with a fate point, and for the entire scene, anytime you do damage with the sword, it always does an extra bit of damage. You don't roll +1, it just always does 1 more damage. And then if we want to power it up later, we can. With any of these, we can always power them up. For example, Nara, with Crafty Helper, whenever you succeed with style using crafts, you create 3 free advantages. We can make that 4 eventually. Maybe after we work on your machine, your little crafty boys are stronger. So rather than adding more skills, we just make your current skill stronger.
I think that would make sense. I think that would make the most sense.
Definitely. I'm trying to think of moments where you tried to do something and technically it didn't work.
I mean, when I failed the roll?
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, there have been debuffs that I haven't been able to do.
Something else we can definitely do, and this could help you, Nara. Anyone can take this idea. So she currently has mental, not physical, whenever she takes mental stress, or whatever. Basically, she can use her mental stress track whenever she takes physical stress. That's pretty damn good. Something else we can do is we can say, because Nara, you're a very defensive character. There's no armor in this game. Well, there is technically, but we're ignoring that for now. There's none of that really exists. I can give you a stunt that basically says when you're defending in a particular situation, for now, you get +1 to the defense roll. Because you're more defensive. You don't attack quite as much, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't attack a lot, honestly.
Right. Yes, you want to defend yourself. We can say specifically this is a defense roll. So obviously we planned this game to be Mecha. So I would personally attach this to Pilot, because that's where you guys have the most variability with your skills and such. What we could say with this one is, whenever you defend with Pilot, Nara, maybe you have like little crafty bots that help you, therefore they give you an extra +1 defense.
Like deflection bot.
Yeah, definitely. We can rename it. When defend with Pilot, deflection bots give +1 to defense. So you can rename it. It's currently on your character. It just says defend, and it's going to roll Pilot. So go ahead and test roll that for me real quick. There. So it's going to roll your Pilot, which is 3, and then plus an extra 1, but it's only obviously used to defend, and it even says stunt defense. We know where it's coming from.
No, that's good.
Yeah,
I think that's one of my weak points, really.
Right, because you don't want to get hit.
And realistically, I think me using Pilot to defend is way more likely than me using Pilot to attack or anything like that.
Right, and Pilot to attack is very much Gigi's thing.
Yeah.
So what do you got there? Death from above requires flying ace. We ignore that.
Technically have flying ace, so.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and read that out for me and tell me what you're thinking.
While in flight, if you're able to make an attack on another flying target from an elevated position, you do 2 additional points of stress on a successful hit. But it takes me out of my position of advantage. Basically, I'm just going to hit harder.
Yes, definitely. So a lot of this is roleplay, and you setting up position properly, which I'm totally cool with.
Death from above might be kind of hard since we're in space.
Above is definitely...
Yeah, I don't know if we want to tweak that part of it.
You can call it death from above, and we can think of a better name for it, but I definitely think that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
We can start it with 1 additional point of stress, and then if that's not good enough, we can jack it up to 2.
Also, what was your example?
I'm not sure, Georgia. The one from you was... So if you attack somebody in tie, you get a boost. You were saying, can I give my boost to someone? I said no. You get a boost when you overcome something and succeed with style. You get a boost when you attack and tie, or when you attack and succeed with style.
This is when I wanted to give Nara something to help her, wasn't it?
Right. So if you want, we can say this. I know this is a little weird because you currently have Protect Love. This could be Share the Love. Ooh, this could be Share the Love. It could be
love. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm also thinking In Love and Heartbroken should be changed to Protect Love. But I'm thinking Protect Love is also when I see my love in danger, act reckless, blah, blah, blah.
Yes, you can definitely rename that one if you want. Basically, whenever you gain a boost, you can choose to give that to an ally. And so boosts are only one-time use, right?
Hmm.
We can say it gets an extra use. So rather than being a 1 boost, it's a 2 boost if you choose to share it.
Okay.
Does that sound cool?
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot. Which one are you
I better
currently...
benefit from this.
Share the love. And I'll just say, when you gain a boost, you may choose to give it to an ally. If you do, it has 2 free invokes. I actually like that a lot. That sounds dope. And then, what were you doing with Protect Love?
I think when I first made it, I was thinking like on the ground, so either or.
Okay. Well, we'll keep it on Pilot for now, just to kind of keep some consistency. So we'll say overcome or defend.
Would I be able to roll Pilot if we're doing a ground mission with no mechs? Because I wanted this to be effective for a ground mission.
We'll say athletics Pilot. So we discussed this before. Basically, I said, because there's no reactions in this game, we can say...
Would I need a unique stunt for that, or can I make this a reaction?
I'm trying to think how this is balanced. Oh, here. Okay. Try to follow me with this. So just saying I defend somebody as a free action is kind of broken. That's a bit much, especially if every time you do, you get +2 to athletics or pilot. That's a bit strong. Obviously, you're taking the hit, but you're giving yourself a +2, right?
Yeah.
Very good. We can say this. When protecting a loved one, gain a +2 to athletics or pilot due to your reckless nature for an overcome or defend roll. If you choose to do this, gain the aspect exposed 1, which would basically mean an enemy can use it against you later. This way, you're not wasting your turn to do it. You can just keep doing it.
Wait, what do you mean exposed? As in they're onto my weak spot or something?
Correct. This is what would happen in combat. Okay, I actually kind of like this. All right. So you got Georgiana doing this, right? And then we got Liam. Let's get a little chunky with the combat. Let's go ahead and grab Bigums. All right. Why can't I add Liam? All right, Liam doesn't get to go in combat. That's fine. Can I add Nara to combat? Yes, I can. Okay. Basically, we'll say this is what happens. Let's say let's say Nara already went, and then Bigums wants to go next. So let's say Bigums goes to attack Nara. Rather than you foregoing your turn to defend her, I'm going to attack, right? So I'm going to attack with a 4. Okay. Let's say Nara rolls horribly. You, Georgiana, go ahead and roll your Protect Love. It should automatically...
Whoa!
Okay. So, if you choose to use that, basically what would happen is this. You chose to jump in the way. You can use this for free, basically. But what happens is I will now add this to you. So, exposed. You jumped in, you completely blocked the attack, and then I add an invoke to you, exposed, to you, Georgiana. Meaning the enemy can now exploit this when they attack you later.
Okay.
But you succeeded by such a large margin, you also would have gained a boost.
So it almost cancels itself out.
Effectively. So basically...
that could be a cool combo.
Yes. So basically, you can protect people for free almost infinitely as long as you're in the same area as them, as long as it mechanically makes sense. You can't warp 2 areas away to protect somebody.
Yeah.
Right. So as long as it mechanically makes sense, you can protect somebody, but it's going to give you 1 debuff that someone can exploit later. Basically.
Okay.
Yep.
That's fair.
Cool. Okay. I'll say I thought that up on my own. I like that. That sounds fun. Have you thought of anything, Mr. Aldrich?
Head empty. No thoughts.
No thoughts, head empty. No problem. We can say magical AoE expert or something. And rather than adding a plus to your roll, we can say whenever you choose to do damage in an AoE, it'll have the same effect that Ryder's weapon does, where it gets a +1 damage. Because AoE is really rough in this game, especially if the enemies are all rolling really, really well. You have to split your attack between multiple dudes.
I think you do, right, Aldris? You're using them all the time.
I don't know.
You can think about it.
I want to just wait.
Yeah, you can think about it. All right, that sounds spicy. And if you want to name yours something cool, Ryder, you very much can. I thought it cost... What does boxes mean? 2. What if I do 2 boxes? Oh, that's really cool. Oh, this UI is awesome. I can add a box to it, like a stress track, and I can click it saying it's active.
Ooh.
So you could add you could add like spell slots or something. So you could say like you have a gun that has like X number of bullets, and whenever you shoot, you just tick off a bullet.
I love
cool.
that.
Also, we'll say that the Weaver poked with your machine a bit, Aldris, and now you guys get 3 free invokes from Aldris Magic.
Nice.
All right, so today was basically the upgrade session. Get stronger, so we can kill shit easier. And if you guys want to sort of brainstorm in a way how we're going to poke what's his name, or if we're going to go try to find Olin, however you want to figure that out, we can definitely tackle that next week. But for now, we'll go ahead and pause and reconvene next week.
Oh boy.
Oh
All right.
boy.